Oh, man. I love it. All right, we got more wood, baby. Let's finish framing these windows. Then we can put our top plate up. And then it's rafter time. If you're wondering where I got these glasses, I have no idea. They're super old. Absolutely delicious. So those of you curious, on smaller structures, you can do a 2x4 header. You double it up though, so it's a big boy. See that? We're also going to crown it, if there's a crown at all, which there is. Bob's your uncle. Look at that. I knew that was going to happen. I'm okay. So what I want the cabin is it's going to have, you know, the single pitch roof just like that. Big door right there. What do you think? Could you show me what I should add? Oh, you want to use this one? That's better.
Daddy.
Oh, that's a nice design. You're almost better than me.
Like, she'd every piece. Oh, Punky, what do you thinking? What do you freaked out when I was taking her diaper off?
Okay. Those are good to go. Oh, jeez, Louise. Got to mark up our marks for our joists. I mean, our rafters. Boom. This is very nostalgic, doing rafters as the sun is setting. That's when I did the rafters of my original cabin. I just decided on the way up here that we're not actually going to put up a rafter quite yet. I still got to cut them out. So let's get one perfect, which will be right there. Has the angle changed at all? Just a hair. It's just not the world's nicest cut. I think I better get my jigsaw out to be better at cutting. Again, I mean, if I was to do this a little bit more carefully, I probably would have gotten a longer piece of wood. It's just a little short, you know? We're gonna call it right there. I don't want to jump into this quite yet. I have a little bit more thinking to do, I think. All right, so I originally had 8-foot long 2x6s, which was really not long enough to span the little more than 8-foot length that I have, because now I have an angle which takes more length up than going perfectly flat. Science. So now I have 2x6x10. I picked some of those bad boys up. I bought 11 of them for $175. So there's a little education for you in terms of what things cost. So we're back to cutting a bird's mouth cut. We're gonna cut our first one and then make sure it's perfect and go from there. So I want it to be pretty much flush with my outside wall, because the roof is going to go down and then it's going to have a waterfall looking side to it, which is going to be the same metal I do the roof with. That's the plan. Now that I have 10 feet, I've got a nice little overhang here that will protect the front of my front of my cabin And then that same overhang, I'm gonna take, it'll go all the way on the front, and then it'll be a nice angled overhang where the door is to protect those patio French doors. Again, these are just thoughts. We've yet to put them into practice, but that's what I'm planning, okay? So now we're just gonna measure this up and do a bird's mouth cut. Which is the new, is this the new one? I don't know, man. Let's just start here. Okay. That looks kind of cool. Okay. All right, let's try that. Let's see, how we doing here? Oh, it's not perfect, but it's close. Do one more cut here, just to straighten our lines. Jigsaws are gonna be hard for that. Let's do this. Let's start off with this, okay? I'm just drawing a little grid so I can see what's straight, you know? If it doesn't make sense, it's fine. I'm just crazy. Okay, that should be good. Okay, and after a couple attempts, our cut looks pretty good. I think we're happy with it. Now I'm gonna cut this thing to length because it's jotting off there quite a bit. 23 inches. I think we do 16 inches. Okay, so I don't know exactly what the pitch of my roof is. I feel like it's close to a 412. Anyhow, my little square here, I'm pivoting it on the top of my rafter, and I'm matching it to the length I want. So I'm shaving off 7 inches here, so I'm gonna run that there. And the reason I'm pivoting is so I can get the angle. And I measured my angle. I don't know exactly what it means, but if I pivot and have this number 4 here exposed, see, it goes, 1 is right there, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, kind of runs through these angles. And at the angle of 4, I wish I knew what I was talking about, is the angle I want, okay? So we're just gonna mark that line, and that will hopefully match up. Let's do this thing. Never look back, never surrender. Even with all this back and forth, it's probably still not perfect. Okay, we're golden. Now, we're gonna take this same rafter here, and we'll just go to the middle of the building, see if it works there. Well, then we'll go to the end of the cabin, and if it works there, we'll take this exact same board and replicate it and cut all our rafters, and then we'll attach them. Okay. Everything looks good there. Okay. We're golden. So now that I'm about to cut my rafters, I'm going to mirror the exact measurement and cut that I have with my, we'll call it my prototype or my stencil rafter. But we do want to make sure that all our rafters are crowning, meaning, you know, your rainbow is pointing to the sky. And what we can do is draw a little half circle so we know what we're dealing with. And then we're going to take that rafter that we just cut up and stencil that on. Crown is going this way on this side, so we're just going to flip it, go like that. Even it up on this end, even it up on this end, make sure everything is flush. And then, as you can see, we just repeat this on all our rafters, and then we'll cut them out. This blade is getting little dully on me. Okay, so we're just gonna start laying them up here, gets them off the floor, and then we can start seeing what it'll look like. Oh my goodness. Okay. That looks great. Oh man, I love it. All right, let's hang these bad boys. These bad boys. Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when Graham comes for you? So yes, you could toenail these, absolutely. But why? Why would you want to? You can come in here with this beautiful hanger. Absolutely beautiful hanger. Ah, you're so pretty. my goodness. What am I doing here? Oh, there we go. My rafters are 1.5 inches shy of the edge of my top plate. Reason being is my fascia board, which will technically be ended up, get covered, but it acts as a rim joist for the ends of these rafters, will sit on the top plate and cap off all the rafters. If it don't make sense, it's 'cause I don't know what I'm doing. If it don't make sense, it's 'cause I just don't know what I'm doing. But if it makes sense, then I know exactly what I'm doing. Here on the Woodness Goodness Show. Ladder. I think that landed back in my bag. It's kind of sketchy because my board could fall really easily. Okay. I'm really just filming this, so if I do fall one day, my family will know what happened. Will that work? If I just bend that over, just like that. Yes, no, maybe so. Woo! And so I actually just quickly traced this last board onto one board except for the bird's mouth cuts because I want there to be an overhang. It's going to be the same length as this. My fascia board is going to tie that in, and then I could put some cross braces of some kind.